Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is the Real Nathan Daley and I'm your law enforcement translator. Listen, I'm here to provide insight on a lot of difficult current event topics and issues, especially those surrounding law enforcement. You guys, and you know we have a great show tonight for you to participate in. Listen, this is in reference to a body cam review. I'm going to do a reaction to an incident that happened in January. You guys, the video was just released and a lot of people are talking about it. So I decided to give my input. I'm going to provide insight, you guys. As your translator, I'm here to unveil a lot of the myths and propaganda and even the false information, misinformation, disinformation that often is sent out through the media, through social media, you guys. You have an actual expert here that is going to review this and give you a professional opinion and then, of course, my personal opinion on the incident. You guys, listen, for those who are new, every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, you guys, as you can see, I do live streams here for you to call in, live call-in shows. We take questions, I give you answers, and we have a great time. So every Wednesday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, you guys, listen, also at the bottom, please, if you haven't already, please follow me on these social media platforms. And with that, you guys, let's dive into the content. Listen, this is a body cam review, right? This incident happened in Georgia, Camden Sheriff's Department. The female sheriff officer, deputy, pulled over another lady for running the stop sign. You guys, seems routine, right? Well, the lady ended up having a suspended license. Then she didn't comply. She refused to get out the vehicle, and things just went south after that. You guys, listen, this video is important. Why? Right? On this channel, I really put a lot of effort and dispelling a lot of myths as it relates to law enforcement. One of the biggest myths in law enforcement is that white people do not suffer from police brutality, that they do not have the same outcomes as black people. Listen, newsflash, you guys, to all of my African Americans who watch this this channel, who are part of this channel. Listen, you guys, the reality is this, right? Black people do not hold the medal in police brutality, right? Listen, you guys, police brutality is an American problem. It's not a black problem, right? We are not the champions of police brutality, okay? Not today, we're not. Not in 2022, we are absolutely not. This right here is a problem that all Americans are suffering from. And on this channel, we talk about solutions, right? And again, we also talk about facts over feelings, you guys. So please, as we dive into this, let's take a look at this. I had to dive into what you guys know my favorite folder, White People Too. This is a White People Too moment, you guys. And let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. So without further ado, you guys are going to dive into this. I'm really excited getting your opinions on it. Very unfortunate situation just in general. And this goes to show why it's important that officers have better training and that police departments actually hold their officers accountable. Also, before we get into this, disclaimer, this video does show some aggression. Again, excessive force is used, but at the same time, there's no shooting, there's no blood or anything of that nature, but just graphic video warning for you guys before we dive into it. For those who want to skip around, I will do some timestamps, but I assure you it's physical. There is excessive force, but there's no blood or any death. All right, so let's get into it.
Okay. If you need us, you sure let. Deal with her real quick, just a second.
I'll probably pull a case number, but
Okay.
I'm outside if you need me.
Yep, thank you. Hey, Dawn. Miss Dawn. Hey. Well, step out here for me. Because I want you to. Because I'm going to talk to you.
I can't touch you right now.
No, I want you to step out.
I'd like to clean the vehicle, so there's a reason why.
Yeah, I want you to step out.
But there's not a reason for me to
Because
step out
I
of the
told you to
vehicle.
step out, okay? So let's not, I want you to step out because I need you to step out, okay?
Okay, all right. So let's slow down, right? A lot of people always bring this question up and they wonder, is this lawful? Can the police do this? Can the police ask you to get out the car? You guys, yes. Right? Yes, that's a lawful command. You guys know me, I talk about it all the time, but let's dive into this real quick before I get back into the video. The deputy is asking the woman to exit the vehicle, right? She has a citation. She's going to cite her, it looks like. I don't know if she's going to arrest her, if she had any intent to arrest her prior to, but she says, ma'am, I need you to exit the vehicle. What happens? Lady's like, I don't want to get out. The deputy's like, well, you have to get out because I'm telling you to get out. She's like, well, I'm not getting out. You guys, what does the law say? The law says, especially here in Georgia, and this is happening in Georgia, the law says, and the Supreme Court says, that an officer has a legal reason, that legally justified, to order you out of the vehicle. You cannot say no, right? Refusing to get out the vehicle can get you arrested, you guys. That's a violation of a lawful command, right? That's how it works, right? Pennsylvania versus Mims, you guys. That is the Supreme Court case that talks about how officers have the right to order you out the vehicle, and they do not need any probable cause or reasonable suspicion to do so. Now, what is common practice, right? For myself in general, what did I do? I did not order people out the car unless I absolutely needed to. It was a safety issue, it was a concern, or I was going to search the vehicle. Oftentimes, I would let people stay in the car depending on the situation because I felt that they were more comfortable there and I was more comfortable with them being in the vehicle. So there's a multitude of reasons why. Unfortunately, you do have some officers, right, that are that are irritating, right, and they're annoying, and they will order you out the car just to piss you off, right? But I'm telling you guys now that if an officer orders you out the vehicle, it's in your best interest to comply, right? And so the law supports an officer doing it. And so this is where we are in the video. Let's see what happens. Obviously, she refuses to get out, and that's what really kicks this whole thing off.
You don't have to. Where is it stating that you have to have
back over here,
Yeah,
please?
come on. Get out. Get out of the car. 11:59 Camden. I need another unit.
40 unit route.
All right, here's my issue. Two things, right? I mean, I can break down what the officer did wrong. You know, she put the book down, turned her back. That's obviously dangerous. But anyways, we're not here to critique the officer per se in this moment. But yeah, that's a safety issue on the officer. But nonetheless.
Get out of the vehicle. I will break this window.
You need them 1018.
She won't get out of the car. Get out of the car, so I'm going to break that window.
You're not going to break the window.
18 Camden, I'm mobile. I'll be to her in 30 seconds.
Get out of the vehicle. Get out of the vehicle right now. Oh my God.
You know, again, one of the issues I have with this is the officer she's kind of all over the place, right? She's kind of confused. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She's kind of really like lackadaisical with her approach. But two things, you know, there's a safety issue here. She's constantly opening and closing the door, which is also a problem. You know, if you're going to commit, you need to commit to the action. You need to go all the way. This is the driver at this point. She could change her mind, cut the car on, drive off. There's a lot of things that can happen. You guys, you know my philosophy here. If you've seen the last two streams, I have a philosophy. I call it the ATM method, you guys. And this is why it's important. ATM, what does it mean? Ask, tell, and make. I'll ask you the first time. The second time I'm going to tell you. And the third time I'm going to make you. After that, there's nothing else to talk about. You know, she should have focused more of her energy on actually executing the objective, which would be to pull her out of the vehicle. And at that point, once I've already told you those times to get out, you're obstructing the process. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that, listen, right now, you're going to be placed under arrest if you do not exit the vehicle. Okay, now you don't want to do it, then my whole objective moving forward is to detain you and put you under arrest. Her license was suspended. There's a good chance she's probably going to get arrested anyways, which is why she was ordering her out of the vehicle. But I don't know. So let's get back to the video.
1 by 6 delay.
Listen to me. I really don't want to break your window. I really don't. But when I tell you to get out of the vehicle, you are to get out of the vehicle. So get out of the vehicle.
1118 is 23.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Who is this guy that walked by the screen? I guess that guy is a trainer. More than likely, he's a trainee. He's a trainee. He has a vest on. I can see his vest, and he has a regular coat. He's a trainee. So this is some South Georgia or North Georgia foolishness. I don't know what side of Georgia is on, but it's obviously It's a little country. So you can see the deputy getting frustrated, you guys. That's key for what's going to happen next. She's losing her cool. Why? A lot of officers who are used to people just complying and not resisting or not cooperating, it's almost like they can't handle when a citizen decides to not listen, to disagree, to resist. They absolutely lose their cool and all logic goes out of the window.
Get out of the vehicle right now.
This officer just hit the damn front of the vehicle.
Get out of the vehicle. Get out of Get out! Right, get the fuck out of my fucking car! Right now, get out! Get out of the fucking car! Get out! Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, all right. Again, that got crazy real quick. What just happened? Okay, so first of all, she uses the truck as leverage, right? Like she's Listen, you guys, this is what I'm talking about. You would never have heard about this, right? This is my white people too video. Why do I say white people too, you guys? They experience police brutality just like Asians, just like blacks, just like Hispanics, you guys. When you come across an officer who's not good at their job, when you come across an officer that's not trained well, when you come across an officer that's a racist or whatever, corrupt, all the above, you guys, color doesn't matter. It impacts everybody. Now, what is the situation? The officer gave her a command to get out. She didn't get out. The officer proceeded to hang off the truck and then yank her out. And then you see her striking her. I don't know where she hit her because I can't see it from this angle. But you saw the sheriff officer throw a punch into the truck towards her. And then now yanking her and bringing her down. So it's a little excessive. It's a little excessive. But let's continue.
Get out!
Taser, taser, taser!
Get out!
Roll over now!
Get out!
Listen, comply, right? Comply. They tased her. That's gonna be legit, you guys. I know people don't like to see it. Listen, was she resisting? I would say this is what we call passive resistance, right? Like you're just not cooperating, right? You're not fighting back, but you're not listening either. They use the taser, what they call a dry stun. He just put the taser on her and shocked her a little bit, get a little pain compliance. And what'd she say? She's like, God, she's like, Jesus Christ, right? And she throws her hands out. So now you're gonna see her comply. She's gonna comply. She's gonna cooperate. And yeah, they use some force. Was it excessive? I don't think obviously I think it's excessive to punch her, right? She punched her while she was outside the truck. That's definitely excessive. But the takedown, no, the takedown looks good to me. The use of the taser, that looks very good to me, very clean, straight to the point. But where does this thing go south at?
Dad! We're gonna stop! I got him and fell.
Man.
Oh my God! They're gone this way.
Let him go.
You're not gonna get him with that. Get up. That's the way I'll get up.
Hold on to her.
I put my shirt down.
Who is this guy? This guy just pulled up in the truck. Is he a sheriff too? Like, where did he come? I just realized what kind of uniform? He might be off duty. Maybe he might be a supervisor. Listen, you guys, this is a different part of Georgia. This ain't the city of Atlanta, right? This is outside of Atlanta. As you know, the further away from Atlanta you get, things start to lighten up, right? So the sheriff, I don't know. I got to see about this lady's experience, but she gets up. She tells the lady to get up off the ground herself. That's already a bad sign. She's in handcuffs. The lady gets up on her own, and then the officer starts to walk away, turn her back, right? Again, so many safety violations here. Just very poorly done. in reference to this officer's response. Obviously, you can tell at this point she's pissed, she's angry, and she's now taking it out on the driver, or the suspect, the offender, right? She's taking it out on the offender, but this is a problem, right?
Get your fucking ass up right now!
What? This is crazy. You guys, what did she just do, right? She holds her up. She starts hitting her in the face. Then she on some WWE, right? Like this is the turn, the belt buckle, right? Like in wrestling when they take your head and they throw you into the belt buckle. Like she pushed her head into the grill of the car. You guys, you can't do that. This officially, you guys, this is what police brutality looks like. This is police brutality. It's disgusting. It's horrible. What should happen to this officer? She should be fired. She should be fired and charged. That's assault, right? That's a violation of her oath, you guys. That's horrible. She did it to a white woman, right? She did it to a white woman, you guys. This is police brutality. This is unacceptable. This is what people complain about. This is deeper than training, right? This is a person who is doing a job they have no business doing, right? Can't control your emotions. You can't control your ego, power tripping, God complex, whatever you want to call it. But this is, look at her face. Look at her attitude, man. Let me run that back. I think you guys think you missed this treatment. This is disgusting. Wow. Let me fast forward. I want to hear what she says in the car, but.
You okay? You're all right. Sit tight. Okay. She hurt. She want or need medical attention.
I'll ask her in a minute.
Christy's fine. I got Christy.
Yeah, she need medical attention. Just threw her
Okay?
head
I'm
into
sorry.
the grill of the car.
It's all right. You're okay. Relax.
I just wanted her to step out the car
I know,
so I could
I know.
talk to her about her. We already discussed it.
Relax.
I'm so mad. I'm so like, the fuck?
Just relax.
Did that even come from?
18 Camden, go ahead and start me a squad for the.
Where did that come from? Where did that come from? Well, a couple places. One, this job is difficult, stressful. There's a lot of demands. There is a psychological component that comes with this profession that a lot of officers sometimes don't like to admit, don't like to address, don't want to get counseling, don't want to seek therapy. And officers have their regular life too. It's stressful, the drama that goes on behind the scenes, and then they're tasked to come out here and deal with the problems of society. This is true, but it's not an excuse, right? It's not an excuse, but it is an observation. It is acknowledgement. We do have to be honest about that. But guess what? Society doesn't care. They're hoping that we have our stuff together so that we don't explode, that we don't implode, that we do not violate the rights of people. There is no justification for what she did. Absolutely not. I can see how people can blow up on people. Absolutely. In this job, I've done it as well, but I never use excessive force, you guys. This is one of those professions where you just have to be good at the job, and you cannot find yourself in a bad situation or there's consequences as officers. But what happened in this department, you guys? You're not going to like it. You guys, she got suspended, and she's back at work like nothing ever happened. You know, they sent her to a de-escalation and the use of force training course, and back in March, and she's back on the job. Is that okay? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I thought this was interesting though. The NAACP responded to this. For too long, we're always so divided by color, you guys. At some point in time, we need to wake up and realize that this is an American problem. Everybody is sharing responsibility on speaking out about the injustices when they experience them, and then holding police officers accountable when they need to be held accountable. So the NAACP spoke out about it. I thought it was very, very interesting, you guys. I'm going to play the news clip, and I want to get your thoughts on it.
A woman thrown to the ground, handcuffed, punched in the face, then shoved into the front of a patrol car. This video out of Kingsland is hard to watch.
What did you think when you saw this?
Well, I think that was a little bit of overkill. I mean, I wouldn't want to be stopped by that person or anything. It was just too much, too rough.
It started as a traffic stop.
I'll be at the Shell station.
Deputies say Cheris Faria failed to stop at an intersection. That's when Deputy Christi Newman pulls her over, runs her license, and she sees that Faria has a non-judgment suspension, but dispatch didn't know what it was for.
She's non-judgment suspended, so I can't let her drive off.
The report states Deputy Newman told Faria about the suspension and she couldn't drive, so she asked her to step out of the truck. Faria refused. According to the report, Deputy Newman says Faria was non-compliant, and at some point, I got the door unlocked and attempted to get her out the car. This part of the video shows the door was open. Then Deputy Newman closes the door. Then she tries to open it again, reaches in, and you see the driver's hand come out. Then the deputy moves into the truck, and then force of my patrol vehicle.
Wow. That's the first thing went through my mind.
Camden County NAACP President Timothy Bissett Sr. says this was excessive force, especially with the woman in handcuffs.
This is a violation of public trust, and we want to see Deputy Newman off the streets. We believe that she needs to be terminated, and we want to go as far as saying that she needs to be arrested because she did assault this individual during that traffic stop.
Newman was given a warning in January, and according to the department's Facebook page, she was named Deputy of the Month just 2 months later.
There you go. Shout out to the NAACP for doing something, right? I think it's important that they spoke out about this. I think it helps change the narrative that they only speak on black issues. You know, the reality, you guys, is, again, the police brutality problem is an everybody problem. It's an American citizen problem. And when we have these officers that think they can do whatever they want, violate people's rights, abuse power, abuse authority, use excessive force and things like that, and when they're not held accountable, you guys, that just continues to create more of an issue. It makes officers feel like that they are and can do whatever they want to do, and that's not the case. There are a lot of great officers out here, and yet there are some bad ones too. And we're talking about the bad ones today, you guys. My thing, though, at the end of the day is, was the officer properly reprimanded? Should the officer have been able to keep her job after doing what she did, right? She punched the lady in the face a couple times while she was in handcuffs. You guys, at my department, you're being fired. You're being fired. And you better hope that the person doesn't want to press charges against you, because then you're going to jail, right? She then takes her hair, grabs her by the hair, and then slams her head into the grill of the car. You guys, that's it. That's prison. So I don't know what's going to happen with that, but obviously she still has her job. And that's the problem that a lot of people have. So what are your thoughts, you guys, on this? I'm already going to know, but would love to hear what you have to say in the comment section. That's it for this video of my White People Too, right? This is going in the White People Too folder. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just do a segment, right? I'm gonna do a segment called White People Too on this channel and highlight, right, some of the unfortunate encounters that white people have that nobody talks about. They deserve a voice too, just like Hispanics and Asians, and of course black people. Everybody does, right? So at some point in time, you guys would collectively need to get together and fight this thing together. That's the only way that you're going to see real change, when everyone is working together in unison and addressing the same issues. With that being said, you guys, let these truths find you where the lies have left you. Good night. God bless.